Okay, let's talk about something that's probably hit close to home for a lot of creators.
Yeah.
You spend years, right, building everything up online, your community, your income, your whole brand.
And then, bam, overnight, you're banned. And maybe it's because of a rule that doesn't even exist anymore.
Exactly. That kind of whiplash, that volatility, it's the reality we're seeing play out right now.
And it's really driving this huge, well, pretty complicated policy shift we're seeing from YouTube. They've formally launched this pilot program. They're calling it Second Chance.
Right. Second chance. Let's really dig into this because it sounds massive. We're doing a deep dive today into YouTube's plan to let some previously banned creators back onto the platform.
Yeah, it's a big shift. And YouTube itself, they put out a statement saying something like, many terminated creators deserve a second chance, and admitting that, the platform has evolved and changed over the past 20 years.
Okay, so our mission here is to get past the headline. We need to really break down who exactly qualifies, because it's not everyone, right?
Or not even close. It's hyper-specific.
Okay, so who qualifies? How does the return actually work? And maybe most importantly, what does this signal about content moderation going forward? The bigger picture.
And you framed it perfectly earlier. This reflects those evolving content moderation policies, especially moving away from some really strict rules put in place, during the pandemic years.
So this new program, it officially launched very recently.
Yeah, October 9th, 2025. That's the official date.
And the timing? Is this YouTube saying, oops, maybe we went too far?
Yeah.
Or is it more like smart PR, maybe getting ahead of potential regulations or criticism?
I think it's probably a bit of both, honestly. But the fascinating part is how specific it is. This isn't about every ban.
What do you mean?
It's really targeting creators banned under rules that YouTube itself has now, deprecated, gotten rid of.
Okay, like which ones?
Primarily, we're talking about bans related to COVID-19 misinformation policies, and also some of the policies around the 2020 election integrity stuff.
Ah, okay. So rules created during those really intense crisis periods.
Exactly. Policies written almost, on the fly during global emergencies. It makes sense they're maybe overly broad or led to some, let's say, collateral damage in terms of bans.
So YouTube's basically saying, okay, the emergency that required those super strict rules is over. Maybe those bans look too harsh now.
That seems to be the message. And it does fit this wider trend we're seeing, doesn't it? Other platforms loosening up a bit.
Yeah, you see it with X, formerly Twitter and even Twitch. They seem to be rethinking some past decisions too.
Right. It feels like a pushback against the intense pressure platforms were under, say, between 2020 and 2024. Maybe the pendulum is swinging back a bit on speech regulation online.
Okay, so it sounds good for a banned creator, maybe, but the eligibility, the fine print must be tricky. Who doesn't get this second chance?
Right, the details matter a lot, and it's not automatic. It's a manual review case by case.
Okay, so what are the basic hurdles?
Well, first, your channel needs to have been terminated at least a year ago, so no recent bans qualify.
A full year off the platform, okay.
Second, and this is key, the ban must be linked primarily to one of those two types of deprecated policies we mentioned, the COVID or 2020 election ones.
But even then, it's not guaranteed.
Nope. The review looks deeper. They consider how severe the original violations were, if it was a pattern, that sort of thing.
Anything else?
Yes, and this is important. They look at any off-platform harm. Did the creator's actions cause real-world trouble, outside of YouTube itself? They want to make sure they aren't bringing back someone who mobilized actual harm offline.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, what about the absolute deal breakers? The things that mean you are definitely not eligible no matter what?
Good question. These are the hard limits, the platform's non-negotiables. There are three main categories that keep you out permanently.
Okay, what's the first?
The expected one. Copyright infringement, repeat offenders, serious copyright issues, that's still a permanent no-go.
Right. Number two.
This one's crucial for safety, violating the creator responsibility policy.
Can you break that down quickly? What kind of stuff falls under that?
Sure. It covers really serious things: malicious harm, fraud, abuse, violence, cruelty. Basically, if your channel was involved in activity that led to tangible, real-world harm, think directing harassment campaigns offline, proven financial scams, stuff like that. If it was genuinely dangerous, you're out.
Got it. Dangerous real-world harm. And the third exclusion.
This one's more of a technicality, really, if you voluntarily deleted your own channel.
Ah, so if you walked away yourself, you can't use this program to come back.
Exactly. You can't claim you need a second chance from a policy you effectively opted out of by deleting your account.
Okay, let's say a creator makes it through all that. They're eligible. They could apply starting October 9th, log into their old Google account. But here's the kicker, right? This isn't getting your old channel back.
Absolutely not. And this is maybe the most telling part of YouTube's strategy. Approved creators get a brand new channel, starting from scratch.
Wow. So why? Why not just reinstate the old one? Is it just punitive, or is there a strategic reason?
Oh, it's definitely strategic. Think about it from YouTube's perspective, especially regarding advertisers and the algorithm.
Okay, explain that link.
By making them start fresh, they completely reset the creator's history. All the subscribers, gone. Views, gone. Watch time history for monetization, gone. They're standing in the recommendation algorithm. Reset.
So it limits the risk.
Massively.
Yeah.
It prevents a sudden flood of potentially controversial content from channels that were previously banned from immediately hitting the algorithm hard or being served ads for major brands. It contains the risk, both algorithmically and financially, for YouTube.
So less a second chance and more like being given a plot of land and told to rebuild your house from the foundation up in a really crowded neighborhood.
That's a pretty good analogy, yeah. It's a massive economic and effort barrier.
But they can re-upload their old videos, even the ones that got them banned.
Yes, and it's a big but, only if that content complies with YouTube's current guidelines. The responsibility is on the creator to make sure that old stuff is okay now, under today's rules.
Which might be more relaxed for some topics than the old rules were.
Partially, yeah.
And wrapping up the mechanics once they're back, is it smooth sailing?
No way. There's a huge condition. Basically zero tolerance. If they get back in through this program and then violate any YouTube policy again.
Any policy.
Any policy. They get permanently banned again. No more appeals. No more chances. This is it. The final stop.
Wow. Okay, so this whole program didn't just appear out of thin air. You mentioned political context earlier.
Yeah.
What's the story there?
Right. This seems to be, at least partly, a direct response to political pressure, specifically around claims of censorship.
How so?
Well, the plan was actually revealed back in September 2025. Alphabet, YouTube's parent company, sent a letter to Representative Jim Jordan.
Ah, okay. Jordan has been very critical of tech platform moderation, particularly regarding conservative viewpoints.
Exactly. So this letter came out while Congress was scrutinizing past moderation decisions, especially those made during the pandemic targeting certain political speech. Revealing this program, then, well, it looks like a signal.
So, connecting those dots, YouTube might be saying, look, we hear the criticism, we're adjusting, we're trying to be fair, potentially heading off tougher regulation.
It certainly has that appearance. It looks like savvy management of political heat. But operationally, bringing back potentially controversial figures is risky, right?
Definitely. So how are they planning to handle that? If content that was previously banned is now allowed back, what's the plan?
They're shifting strategy. Instead of just removing content, which was the old approach for these specific policies,
They're doing what?
they're focusing more on adding context, using community tools more heavily.
Like what kind of tools?
You'll likely see more context labels, those little info panels that appear below videos, links to authoritative sources. The idea is, okay, maybe this video about vaccines or election results makes claims that are widely debunked. But if it doesn't technically violate current rules...
They won't remove it, but they'll add context alongside it.
Precisely. Shift from removal to providing nuance, trying to give viewers balanced information right there.
How's this whole thing being received? I imagine it's pretty mixed.
Extremely mixed, as you'd expect. On one side, you have some critics, including conservative voices, praising it. They see it as YouTube correcting past mistakes, maybe overreach, a win for free speech.
Okay. And the other side?
Others are deeply worried, especially about the timing, launching this, heading into another major election cycle. They fear it could just amplify old misinformation, even with those context labels. Will people even read the labels? It's a real gamble.
And creators themselves, generally happy, despite the new channel rule.
Mostly, yes. The chance for redemption is welcomed, even if rebuilding is a daunting task. That new channel part is definitely a tough pill to swallow, though.
Okay, so let's summarize this for you, the listener. This YouTube Second Chance program, it's really, really specific. It's mainly for creators banned under those old, now retired pandemic-era info policies.
And getting back in means starting completely over. New channel, zero audience. It's a tough road back.
And if you are one of those creators thinking about applying, patience is key. It's a manual review. It's rolling out slowly.
Definitely. It won't be instant.
So here's maybe the final thought to chew on. If the rules that govern online speech, the rules your entire digital business might depend on, can be created in a crisis,
And then just a few years later, they're retired, maybe called excessive, partly due to political winds shifting.
What does that really say about how stable or permanent the ground is underneath anyone building a career or a community on these platforms?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? If the rules themselves can be retrospectively invalidated, how much trust can you place in the platform as a permanent foundation? It forces a really tough calculation for every single creator out there.